You know, normally when I mix up this pine tar, it's pine tar and turpentine, or pine tar, turpentine, and boiled linseed oil in equal parts. Well, this I actually doubled the amount of turpentine in it because I need it pretty thin. My sister-in-law wants to paint a bench. Now, this is a bench that I pine tarred years ago for Ma, and now she had taken and did this ochre mix on this glider thing, and now she wants to redo that bench to make it match the glider more, get a red tint to it. So I'm adding ochre, but I'm, like I say, I put double of the turpentine that I would normally use because I want to make sure it breaks up that pine tar finish that's on the bench so that you get the penetration. But in this mix, I'm using 6 tablespoons of ochre to get that red. Well, this is on oak. But yeah, I think I got the right red color. But this ochre, you know, it's just a red pigment. It's an iron oxide, which is basically just rust. You know, but it's very persistent stuff. Like I got it on that one pair of pants. It's never going to come out. So you got to handle it with a little care. That it's really fine, just like a dust. But I think that's going to be about the color match. But it's funny, you know, like I say, this is to match up that glider that she did before. Well, at the same time she did that glider, which was like a couple years ago, she had painted a picnic table with a red paint. Well, that just peeled off. It just big flakes. That stuff doesn't stay on. This stuff, since it's not really a surface coat, it goes into it. This stuff looks good yet. Yeah, the problem I'm dealing with here, this is oak that's got these little cracks in. So in order to get good coverage, you'd have to fill the cracks. Well, there isn't cracks on the thing she's working on, so I think this will work fine. Yeah, I think that's a good mix. So what I say, that's 6 tablespoons of the ochre. And that's a big enough amount to do that bench, considering, like I say, it's going to be a little trouble penetrating because it's already got pine tar on it. But that was years ago. Hopefully the pine tar is soaked in enough, and this much turpentine in here should break that up a little bit. That surface pine tar that cooks to the top in the heat. Yeah, I like that. You know, it's a naturally occurring pigment, like I showed you where I found that piece on the gravel road. You know, it turns up. But it is really just rust. I think that's some of the big factories that make ochre. Actually, what they use is big sheets of bare iron. You know, it rusts. You scrape the rust off, you got ochre. You just keep using it until the iron is rusted away. But I'll let this sit here in the sun and dry out a little, then I'll come back and take a look at her. But I think I got enough red in there to match that glider. It's a fine finish though.